Welcome to our virtual classroom. Join me for some fun learning. Hello and welcome to our virtual classroom. My name is Miss Nicole and this is our first Legacy Learners lesson. I'm so excited that you are here. We are starting our fall session and we are going to have so much fun together over these next few weeks. So I want to ask you, how are you this morning? But I'm going to do it by singing a song. All right, here we go. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sun shining faces. Well, this is the way to start our new day. So, I said I was doing fine, but did you know there are a bunch of words that describe how we feel? There are a bunch of words for the different emotions that we feel. So I'm going to go with a different feeling in here. So fine. So these are two different sides. This side has feelings like happy, sad, angry, and over here is shy and tired. But I'm looking for a word that describes what I mean by fine. I'm fine because I'm excited. Can you see? His face is very like, oh, that's how I feel. I'm so excited about our fall session and being able to do virtual teaching. This is new to me and I don't know if it's new to you or if you started doing virtual learning back in March when quarantine first began, but I did too with story time, but this is different. We're really going to be doing some learning here and I want to learn a little bit more about you guys. So I said I was feeling excited. I want to know if anybody is feeling shy. Are you feeling shy? Let's see, shy. You just be like, this is my first time. I don't really know much about this. That's usually how people feel on the first day of school when they're getting to know new people or getting to do new things, not really sure what to do or how you're going to do it or what comes next. Is anybody tired? Is anyone tired? If you are tired, I want to encourage you to make sure you get a good night's rest before you jump on live. Make sure you get your wiggles out. Make sure you've eaten and gone to the bathroom so we can sit down with each other and have some fun together. All right, so speaking of wiggles, I figured we would start with a couple things. So we were talking about feelings, and if you looked at some of the posting that we did for a few stories, we just posted B is for breathe, and in this story she talks about making glitter jars, and I showed you our activity of the glitter jars that we made. Well, they're right back here, and so we're going to take a second just to look at the glitter jars and to shake the glitter jars. So if anybody is not settled or maybe not feeling like they're ready, just give the glitter jar a shake. Are you shaking? Shake with me. Here, shake it. Ah, good job. Thank you. Now let's see if we can watch the glitter kind of settle. Do you see it moving? So you can even turn it upside down a bit. Do you see it going from the bottom and it's kind of going up? There are eyes on this glitter jar because we're supposed to be watching how it all settles. And when you're watching this, sometimes if you feel a little upset or you're just a little frustrated or just uneasy, you can just sit and take a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth and watch the glitter settle. We have another one. I'll show you. We'll shake that one up too. Okay, hold on, let me grab that one. We did two. That one has just basically like oil and glitter and food coloring and water, because when I posted it, there are two different ways that you can do the activity. This one has clear glue in it, which makes it a little different. So let's give that a shake. Here, shake with me. Thank you. Shake it up good. Shake it up good. All righty. there's a green theme going on because this glitter jar is what color? Can you see it? Let's focus. That's right. And this jar has what color glitter in it? That's right. There is a green theme going on. Miss Nicole really likes green. Oh, look how neat that is. See it just settling there? And again, if you're using this at home, you would just shake that frustration out. Shake those feelings right into this jar and then watch them settle. And if you, for instance, said, hey, you know what? I don't really want to shake. Would you like to maybe just take a couple deep breaths? All right, we did a giveaway, and I was so excited to send little Mira her Hoberman sphere. So Mira, if you're watching this, grab your Hoberman sphere, and we're gonna take some deep breaths together. Remember, if you don't have a Hoberman sphere, it's okay. You can make your own. You can put your hands together just like so, and then we're gonna take some deep breaths. And when we breathe in, we're gonna breathe in for 4 seconds. And then we're going to hold it for 7, and then we're going to blow it all out. And so when we breathe in, you make your arms go out, and in your head, you count to 4 like so. And when we exhale, we bring them back together, okay? Great. And I'm going to use the Hoberman sphere as our visual aid for taking a deep breath before we start, all right? We ready? Here we go. We're going to do 3 of them, okay? Ready, set, inhale. Exhale. When you exhale, you can exhale through your mouth or through your nose. It's up to you. Inhale. Did you know you can also make your inhale, your exhale have some voice and have some sound? So next time we exhale, we're going to make a sound when we exhale, all right? We're going to go, oh. So let's inhale together. Exhale. Great job. How do you feel? Does your body feel a little bit more relaxed? I know I do. Taking deep breaths is good, really, really good for you. All right, so before we get started with our main feature, our main story, we are going to start with wiggle, because sometimes we need to wiggle and jiggle and shake. But actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do that different. We just sat down, we just got started, so let's read our main story first, and then we'll go into doing some wiggles and jiggles because we'll have been sitting here for a little bit longer, okay? So let's reverse that. So our main story is I Promise. I Promise by LeBron James. I Promise. I love this story. I love the pictures. I love the children. I love what the story is about, the actual promise that they give. What is a promise? As a little kid, I bet you know what a promise is. I bet you ask your parents and you say stuff and you say, promise. What does promise mean? Let's write promise on our word board, okay? We like to do learning and we like to learn about words. Let's see what color. I'm going to use red because LeBron James' name is in red up here. So we want to figure out, what does promise mean? So let's see how we spell promise. P-R-O-M-I-S-E. So we want to find out, what does promise mean? We will come back and give our meaning of promise after we read the story, because sometimes as you're reading the story, you come to understand what a word means, the meaning of a word. So we're just going to put this on the side and remember to get back to find out, what does promise mean? If you already have an idea, just hold on to it, okay? I am reading, look at me, Time to put the toys away and listen to what I say. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. This is the spine. This is the spine. This is the front of the book. It tells us the name of the story. I promise. This is the back of the book. It lets us know it's the end. And this is the spine. It holds the pages together. Just like the spine in your back, the spine of your body holds your body together. All right, I promise. Here we go. Let's see pictures. Bring it out for you to see. I promise to work hard and do what's right, to be a leader in this game of life. I promise to go to school and read as much as I can, to follow the rules and respect the game plan. And for some people this year, school looks different. School looks exactly like what we're doing now. Sitting here, you in front of your device and me in front of mine, and we're engaging and we're learning because, as you all know, we're trying to stay safe, and that looks different for some people. And some children are going to school, and their parents have decided that they feel their children will be safe, and they're giving them masks to wear, and the teachers are making sure everyone is safe. So learning looks different for everyone this year. We have a virtual classroom, and in this story, these children are actually in a classroom. I promise to run full court and show up each time, to get back right back up and let my magic shine. So it says to run full court. What sport are they playing right there, running full court? They're using their feet. Some people call it football and other people call it soccer. But to run full court, I think LeBron James means to give it all you got. When you get ready to do something, he says, promise to give it all you got. Again, be thinking about, what does promise mean? And it says right here to get right back up, because you see she fell down. And sometimes when we try things that are new, we fall down. It's new to us. We don't really know what to do. Almost like technology. When Miss Nicole came on, learning Zoom and learning how to do these meetings and record stories for you all and how to hold a book, those were all new experiences for me. Sometimes they didn't go that great. I had to try it one way and try it a different way. But it says to get right back up. And as you can see, she didn't let that stop her. She's back and she's enjoying herself. She's enjoying herself so much, her magic is shining. And that's just like me. I started with you guys, and I'm going to continue on being right here, teaching you guys in our virtual classroom. That's my promise. What does promise mean? It says, I promise to be open and try new things. Again, like Miss Nicole said, hosting a virtual classroom is new. I'm not usually one for the camera, but sitting here and hosting it was important. So I said, I'm going to try new things because this is important to me. Let's see on the other side. And it says, and enjoy the happy that change can bring. And look at, so fun. Look, how is he feeling about going in here? How is he feeling about it? Remember we talked about our feelings? Let's get our emotions. And sometimes, you know, you can feel a couple of emotions. So I think maybe he's a little excited about doing it. I'm going to pull out two. I'm going to say maybe he's a little excited, like, oh, I really want to do this. But mixed in with his excited, do you think he's maybe like a little bit, what? Afraid? Maybe. Maybe he's like a mix of these two. A mix of these two. Let me turn it around. A mix of these two. But guess what he did? He continued on. And now, so there he is. He continues on. And let's see where he is now. right there having a good time. And I think maybe now that he has done it, he's feeling something different now. Maybe he is feeling happy. That's right. And that's what the word says. And enjoy the happy that change can bring. I promise to wear a big smile and use kindness when I speak. And if you know something about Miss Nicole or have watched any of my stories, I have a huge smile and I love to let it shine. I like to laugh because laughing is so good for your body. And I like to smile and be kind to people just because we should. Just because we should. And look at them, they're about to play what sport? We see another sport going on here. What do you see? That's right, basketball. They're getting ready to play basketball. Are they on the same team or on different teams? That's right, they're on different teams and they're about to start playing against each other. And we can tell they're on different teams because they have on different colors to represent their team, right? So let's see what happens. It says they promise to wear a big smile and be kind. And it says to remain strong yet humble with every win and defeat. So this is after the game. And guess what? We can't really tell here who won the game or who lost the game because they're all smiling and congratulating each other. Even though it probably was hard for them to lose, they still have to acknowledge that the other team did their best and brought their best efforts. Right? That's a lesson that you have to learn. But if you keep trying and you promise that you're going to do it more and more and more, it will become easy. It won't be easy at first, but more and more and more it will become easy. I promise to ask for help whenever I need it. Oh, that's so important. Asking for help is so important. Guess what? Looks like she's kind of leaning on someone right here. Do you think maybe she needs help with how she's feeling about the game? Maybe she was able to congratulate the people that won, but then maybe afterwards she felt what? What could she be feeling now? I say maybe she's feeling sad that they lost. Maybe a little bit, even though she did a good job of congratulating her friends. And so she's asking for help. She's saying, oh man, I missed that free throw and we needed that free throw. And he's saying, it's okay. I'll show you how to do a good free throw. I'll show you how to help. I'll show you what you need to do next, right? I think so. So let's see what goes on over here. And it says, to reach for my star even when I can't see it. And so maybe her dream was to do a really good job on her game and she missed her free throw shot and they lost. But guess what? She's going to try again. She's going to keep trying and keep reaching for her star. I promise to ask questions and find answers. That's also how we learn, asking questions and then looking. When Miss Nicole was getting ready to come on live, I was trying to figure out, how do I record my Zoom? How do I do this? What do I do? It's called research. It's called research, doing your homework and trying to figure out and learn stuff. And it says to believe in next time and second chances. So I think this is huge because over here, it looks like maybe he's trying to figure out how to do it and struggling and trying to figure out. And it looks like he puts his best effort into it. Like it said in the beginning that they promise to do the best they can. And over here, if you notice that A is a good grade. And so he's smiling because he's excited that he got it. He was able to figure it out. So let me go back. I want to quote what they say about the promise. When they start off in the classroom, they promise to do what? To go to school and read as much as I can, right? And that means you have to try at the things you want to do. All right, let's see what else they promise. Any ideas yet what promise means? We're going to figure it out. It says, I promise to use my voice and stand up for what's right. And remember, he talked about using those kind words. I think that's why hearts are coming out of the bullhorn, because he's using kind words. to stand up for what's right. And when things get tough, to keep up the fight. That's right. You have to keep trying. We have to keep saying what? What do you hear people saying right now? A lot of what? Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter. Education reform. Oh, big words that you probably don't know what they mean. But they're kind words to speak to people who aren't necessarily being kind and who don't want everyone to have the same thing. So Miss Nicole, her big word is equity. We want to be able to have what we need to be able to succeed in life, right? That's right. I promise to stand tall, rise up, and give all that I've got. And do you know, with everything that's going on, that's what some of the basketball players have been doing. They've been saying, hey, wait a minute. We want people to be treated right. We want people to be able to vote. We want people to be able to have access to resources that they need, and we're going to help them. So even though they play basketball, they still want to help other people in their communities. That's where this whole school got started. I promise. LeBron James is a basketball player, but he decided being a basketball player is not enough. I want to help the community where I came from. It says, I promise to throw the alley-oop and uplift others on the spot. It's called being a team player. I promise to show respect to my elders and peers the same, to leave new places better than I came. So let's talk about a couple of those words. Let's talk about the word elders. Who knows what elders means? Elders. If you thought that it means people who are older than you, or like your grandparents, not just people that are older, but like maybe older by generations, like your grandparents, your parents, maybe aunts and uncles. You might have teachers or people who go to your church that are senior citizens that have been doing a thing for a while. Those are your elders. Now, what does peers mean? Peers are the people that are the same as you, your friends. Maybe you have some cousins or some brothers and sisters that are your same age. So those would be your peers, the people that are kind of like in your same group. And actually, the name for your brothers and sisters is siblings. Okay, so we learned 3 words there. Elders, which would be people that are older than you. Peers would be people that are the same as you, friends, cousins, associates, and then we learned siblings, which would be what? Brothers and sisters. So the crossing guard here is his elder. I promise to stay true, keep my head up, and never give up no matter what. That is so important. You got to keep trying. And I promise to dream big and love bigger, to be a team player and a winner. Love that. Let's see if I can get the book back where you can see it. There we go. See all of them. They're all going together. And trying and keeping their head up and staying true and having fun. I promise to cross bridges and break down walls, to rise with the sun and to learn from falls. And this is the second time he showed us somebody who has fallen down. Let me see. We'll go on this side. Someone who has fallen down and needs help getting back up to keep trying. Right? I remember as a little girl, to me, this called the monkey bars was so hard. I didn't have much upper body strength, and I would see people go across those monkey bars. But you know what I did? I tried again and again and again. And if I only got to 1 rung, then I did 1. But I was right back out there at recess, because it looks like they're having recess and they're outside playing on the playscape. And I would be right back trying to do them. I would see kids who could swing really, really quickly, and they would skip bars. But guess what? Even though I would fall back off of them, the next time at recess, If I wasn't on the swings, I was trying to get across the monkey bars. I promise to be courageous, to be free, and to strive for greatness. And they're all going up, and they're all trying to reach what? The top, right? So that they could be a winner. Do you know what, to me, to be a winner is maybe not just winning at a game, but doing what you said you want to do. I feel like a winner because when quarantine started, I really wanted to be able to still help children, still help families. And then someone gave me some encouragement. He helped uplift me in my thoughts. And he said, why don't you do stories? And then I said, I can do more than stories. I can do vocabulary, and we can do science, and we can do butterflies in the summer, and we can do a giveaway. And guess what? Right now, I feel just like this. Because what was on the inside of me, I got it out, and we're actually doing it. And it says, I promise to be me. And that's the most important thing. At the end of most of my shows now, you'll hear me saying, you are the you and unique. The word unique is spelled U-N-I-Q-U-E. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The word unique is spelled U-N-I-Q-U-E. Can't spell unique without you. It says, I promise to be me. All right, and then I'm going to show you. So with being me, my shirt says, be extraordinary. And you see the extra is really big. So a little something about Miss Nicole. I want to learn stuff about you, and I want you to know stuff about me. Number one thing is I love to dance. When I was a kid, my great-grandma was able to send me to dancing school year in and year out. I took ballet and tap and jazz and African and modern, and I loved it. It was like dancing was like air to me. Like I just loved to be at the dance studio around the dancers. It was something I never complained about, something I tried really, really hard at, and I gave it my all, and it brought me so much joy. But something else about me is I like extra everything. If I'm having an ice cream sundae with whipped cream, I want extra whipped cream. If I am having maybe my favorite meal with rice and with gravy, I want extra gravy. If I am having maybe a nice fish sandwich, maybe you guys don't understand, but there's a really good fish restaurant in the area where I live at, and so I don't just want tartar sauce on it. I want what? Extra tartar sauce on it. When I'm talking and I'm excited, I'm usually really loud and really big with what I'm saying. I'm extra. But guess what? I'm extraordinary. That means I'm not the same as everyone else. And I'm okay with that. And we all have some things that are the same. We all have some things that maybe we all do alike, but we have lots of things about us that are different. And so the reason for my shirt about being extraordinary is just to embrace who you are and love who you are. My kids will always say, oh, Mommy, you're so extra. Mommy, you're so extra. If we were going to get ice cream with sprinkles, I wanted extra sprinkles. If we were having, I don't know, dessert, I wanted maybe a little something extra on my dessert. So if we were having apple pie, what did I want? I wanted ice cream and whipped cream. What is that called? Apple pie a la mode. So I am the a la mode of my life because I am that extra thing. So I want to encourage you to be extraordinary. That means to not just be okay with being like everybody else, to not feel like you have to be like everybody else, because you owe the world you. Okay, there's only one of you. All right, so this is the end, and these are the promises that the children at the I Promise School make. I'm going to read them to you, but then we're going to get really back to the promise and what does promise mean. So it says, I promise to go to school, to do all of my homework, to listen to my teachers because they will help me learn, to ask questions and find answers, to never give up no matter what, to always try my best, to be helpful and respectful to others, to live a healthy life by eating right and being active, to make good choices for myself, to have fun, and above all else, to finish school. Those are their promises. So now, my promise to you is to always come and give you great lessons. When I'm not on here hosting a story, I'm thinking about, what story am I going to host next? What do the children need to learn about next? What do they want to learn about next? How can I make it fun for them? How can I engage them so that they want to come back and keep being legacy learners? So my promise to you is that I'm always promising to do my best when I come before you. So let's go and write down, what does promise mean? So I can't hear you, but if I could, and if I was thinking about this as a little kid, I would say a promise means, I'm going to write it, then show you. A promise is so I put, a promise means to do what you said you would. A promise is to do what you said you would. So I promise that I will be back again hosting story time. But before we end, we are going to read Wiggle, because I promise that we're going to read Wiggle. We're just going to go through it really, really quickly. But this will be how we take our breaks between. So when you take your parent check-in break, and maybe you need to just get up and stretch and just wiggle. And maybe you've done it throughout the day. It says, do you wake up with a wiggle? Do you wiggle out of bed? If you wiggle with your breakfast, it might wind up on your head. So you can get up and you can start wiggling while I'm reading this to you. First, wiggle your tail. Then wiggle your hair. Feeling extra silly? Wiggle in your underwear. And he is jumping on his bed. I used to love to jump on my bed. Let's see where else you can wiggle. Can you wiggle with your shadow? Can you wiggle with your toys? When you wiggle with gorillas, do you make a wiggle noise? What sound do gorillas make? Can you wiggle in the water? Wiggle with one fin on each side. Let me see. Let's try to wiggle. Let me see if I can get in here like a fin. Can you wiggle your hands like that, like they're a fin? Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, or wiggle like a crocodile. Open big and wide. When you wiggle where your wings would be, wiggles fill the sky. Where would your wings be? Okay, we're going to make different wings. I'm going to make wings like this so you could flap, but I like to soar. So when you soar, you get yourself a couple of flaps with your wings, and then you just ride the wind. So. Wiggle slowly with polar bears. They're very wiggle shy. I guess they're so big and bellowing that they don't wiggle fast. Ooh, snakes are one big wiggle. No wings, no tail, and no feet. And not my favorite. Some wiggles are worth waiting for. Can you see what happens here? An egg is getting some wiggles going on, but what's going to come out? Wiggle, wiggle, tweet. A bird. A baby chick. Would you join me for a wiggle? Would you join me for a wiggle? He's got all his music there. He's ready to play. Would you wiggle on the moon? I hope you're wiggling every time I say wiggle. Up. Now it says, I think we're out of wiggles for now. See you wiggle soon. The end. So I just read through that quickly because I promised that we were going to go through Wiggle. We will come back and visit Wiggle because, like I said, I like for us to move together. especially if we've been sitting for a long time. But I thought our lesson today was awesome. I hope you did too, and we will be back. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. And remember, you are the you in unique.